we continue solving our tasks and let's go. So I did string. So we have the encoding rule. Okay, encoded string, where encoded string inside the square brackets is being repeated exactly k times. Note the k is guaranteed to be positive integer. Okay. You may assume that the input string is always valid. There are no extra white spaces, square brackets. Furthermore, you may assume that the original digit doesn't contain any digits, and digits are only for those repeated. Okay. So for example, there will not be input like 3a or 2, 4. The test cases are generated so then the length of the input will never exceed 10 in fifth power. Okay, so we have some number and number of repeated characters, and then we have another value and so on. So what we actually can do? So here we just repeat a, and here we see then we have 3, and we have a 2. Okay, so we have 3, then we have a, then we have 2, okay, and then another one. So we can have such use case. So it can be like inside our strings. So let's just take a look. So we have an input encoded string, and our task is return decoded. So for example, we can have something like this 2, then AB, right? So we just return AB 2 times. But we can have like A, then 2B. So in this case, we first do BB, and then we add AB, ABB, correct? So here, for example, yes, so we have CC, and then we have 3 times. And it's interesting, like how to actually implement this. So we have some stack where we put with this actually stack, what we can do, we can recursively call this inside inside function. So when we recursively call it, we have A, 2, and B, right? And here we need to construct. So we have A, and then we have 2 once again, and we call B. So from B we just return B from here, but here we have 2, so we repeat this 2 times and add this once again. So what we should do, we should so we should iterate over our index, right? So we have our string, and also we have an index where we iterate, and then we should construct actually our string plus we have another value, and we call another. So it would be like DFS call, where this DFS call is return string for us, and in this DFS call we have a string s plus we have string s plus integer I, and here if I is greater than s length, then we just return this value. Yeah, empty value. Also, if I is equal to s length, I think now here we actually create our result, and in our result what we do, we iterate over our string because we have I, so we should iterate over our string. We can do like this, while s char at I, where char s is less than s length, and s char at I, and here we have consists of lowercase, digit, and square brackets. Okay, so if it's less and s char at I we can do like character is digit. Does it exist? Java is like char is digit. Okay, yeah. So we have character is digit. Then we do the following. So we add to our result s char at I plus plus. And then we can check if I is less than S length, and here char is digit. What we should do, we should create another string. Yeah, we should create another string, I believe. So here we don't need actually to do this, because at the beginning it would be like the entire string. And here we have our result. Then we have I that is equal to 0. And what we can do, like if, yeah, yeah, and here we should add to our result DFS call, and here we should construct our new string. And how to construct this? So first and last char. First char at string. First and last char at string jar. So there is some specific function, right? We should have. So now index of first and last char in string. Char at yeah, we need to find the specific char index. So index of from index. Yeah, so here. So we have index of L 0, 1, 2, right? So it's first and then last index. So here we need index of this one, and then we need this one, and here it would be index of and last index of, and here we need as substring of these two indexes, and then we need to call the DFS function of this. So now we have while loop, and then we have this if. So yeah, so now we just return result, and here we return DFS of S. Okay. But the problem here is that, for example, here we have a digit, right? So we need to we need to do this in a loop let's call it integer j. That would be as char at I, integer of I, and j less or greater or equal to 0, j minus minus. Yeah, and we add like multiple times this thing, and then we call DFS. Okay, so we have some error here. So let's add additional thing. Integer value of okay. So here we have substring. It's out of boundaries. For length 5. Okay, let's just debug because I'm not sure about the substring function. So that just new string, and here it will be new string. Here I want to just print what we'll get. Yeah, let's run. Maybe -1. Or +1. Stack Overflow. Alright, so let's check a yeah. Yeah, so the problem here is that we actually need yeah, we need to find we need to actually find yeah, so we need to find actually the first index we can find. First index we can find, but the next one, it's quite hard. And yeah, this first is also hard. So yeah, so the problem here is that we need actually to find this next closing index. So let's let's find these two indexes. Let's call it indexes, right? And find indexes, and we have our string. Yeah. So we have our string, and we have our index as well. So our index currently is I, and we have string s. Now we need to find these two indexes, and then we need to do a substring. So as substring, let's not do substring index 0 and index 1. So let's implement this find function, where we have I string s. So our index I is a beginner. Yeah, is the beginning, so we need a stack of characters. Stack, new stack. Yeah, so the problem here is that we actually can call this 3 times, but then we have another one. So it's not correct. Yeah, so it's not correct. Yeah, so I think we didn't solve this question. So let's stop for now and see you tomorrow.